Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ESL Metalopolis. I'm pretty sure this is... Actually, no, this isn't the same as GSL and MLG because this one has golds. ESL has not yet removed the golds from their maps, so otherwise it's pretty standard. I think close spawn is probably disabled. They have spawning close by air, and our players are going to be in the bottom spawn location, the Blue Zerg, who is going to be Empire's Hobo, or Hobot, however the hell you want to say it. I might go with Hobo just because it sounds funnier. But Hobo is, in fact, last time I checked, I think JunG said he was Grandmaster now, but last time I checked he was in fact Master League, and he was the only Master League player for Team Empire, but he's also their captain, so you don't become the captain of a team like Empire by being bad. So EmpireHobot is pretty damn good. The opponent is going to be JunG, the Green Zerg, spawning in the left spawn location. As I said before, it is close by air, and well... Sorry about that. JunG did just... he is Master League, but he did just take out... whatchamacallit? He just took out Zaoyun's Smurf. So Zaoyun is a North American Grandmaster Terran who repeatedly plays and does really, really well in tournaments. So, yep. JunG has shown us that he is, in fact, a very, very good player himself, despite that Master League tag on his profile. And, yeah. EmpireHobot may be hard-pressed to win this, but of course... ZVZ is the most volatile matchup. Some people will argue that and say that PvP is a little more volatile. But you know what? ZVZ is literally, you make one mistake and you lose all your drones to Banelings. Like, yeah, for me, for instance, I'm a lower league player, so I'm Platinum right now. But so what I'll do is, like, if I see Banelings in my base, I panic and then I'll, like, accidentally click on the, right-click on the minimap or something and run all my drones into Banelings and die. Like, literally one click in ZVZ can kill you, especially if you both go... 14-14 into Ling Baneling, and they both have gone with 14-14, which will either go into just Speedlings or Ling Baneling. I assume it'll be Ling Baneling simply because if you go just Speedlings, you'll die to Ling Baneling really, really easily. I will be interested to see whether or not we actually see an expansion in this game. Expansions in ZVZ only slightly more common than expansions in PvP. Yeah, well, EmpireHobot is a little bit ahead, just looking at all of these timings. He's about 10 seconds, about 5 seconds ahead on Metabolic Boost, about 5 seconds ahead on the Queen, about 5 seconds ahead on the Zerglings, about 5 seconds ahead on the drone. So he's showing that he has this opening, he has his mechanics. This is like ingrained into his fingers, rather. He just does this automatically, doesn't even have to think, even with the typing that they've been doing back to each other. And yeah. This is EmpireHobot pausing. I wish I could understand what they're saying, but just given the conversations, I do think they probably know each other. They've played each other before, but I have no idea, so don't quote me on that. And yeah, I mean, otherwise, thus far, actually, just taking a look at the production tab, I am seeing that EmpireHobot is opting for a Roach Warren, and that is fairly interesting, simply because a lot of players in ZVZ, from what I've seen lately anyway, don't like to get the Roach Warren up until they have a natural expansion down. Simply because if you go Roaches on one base, your opponent can literally just outmass you in Zerglings and win. Unless you get the +1. If you get the +1, then it's a little more dangerous. But, yeah, I mean, JunG is actually the one who's going to be taking the expansion. So, good micro from both players, and it is going to be... No! EmpireHobot comes out on top. Perfect micro from both players. EmpireHobot getting the luck of the first hit. Looks like he's going to be doing everything he possibly can to save this last Zergling. I'm going to turn myself on busy, because... that's what you should do. Oh, is the Queen going to focus down the Zergling? No, it isn't. Going to be following that Overlord, and he's going to get a full scout here. We'll see the Baneling Nest. And, Al Standardo. Yep, the Baneling Nest has officially been seen, and of course now he has the advantage of... Ooh, is he going to focus it down? We'll get the Zergling, but of course the scout has already been had. And yeah, I mean, well, once you've been scouted, your opponent obviously has the advantage. He sees the Baneling Nest going down, and of course he'll be in a pretty good position to use these Roaches aggressively. Simply because JunG's gone for such an early expansion. If JunG goes into just, like, solid Zergling production now, he should be able to hold this attack. He might have to sacrifice his natural expansion. But, I mean, let's take a look at this. He's got, I think, 10 Zerglings? Yeah, 10 Zerglings on the field right now. 10 Zerglings cannot deal with this many Roaches. Oh, no! What are you doing, JunG? JunG morphing in Banelings, and that is not going to go well for him. This is going to be a Roach-Ling push, so the Banelings may have a little bit of use. But honestly, you don't want to be going Banelings against Roaches, especially when there's only 2 Zerglings in that army. Now going to be 4 Zerglings in that army. He's got more Banelings as an opponent has Zerglings. and that is not the position you want to be in. Actually, EmpireHobot is going to be morphing in his own Banelings, so it is going to be Baneling Roach aggression from him. And, yeah, I mean, there's more and more Zerglings going to be spawning, more Banelings on the way up for JunG, and that is absolutely the wrong decision here. Really, I mean, EmpireHobot doesn't have enough lings to justify this many Banelings. And I mean, I guess if he can get the roaches clumped up, he might be able to deal with the Banelings. But oh no, loses a lot of the Banelings already. Those Zerglings do go down. But if he can detonate this now, actually not a bad detonation at all. Getting almost all the roaches. A couple of them are very low on health, and he is going to be moving into the Zerglings. A lot of them are going to die to those Banelings, though. We'll be able to take out that one of those roaches. Only a couple of roaches left now, and he is going to be focusing down that lower health one. And he may be able to deal with this push much easier than I originally anticipated. Going to be taking out another roach and the Banelings. More Zerglings have spawned. It looks like he can actually outmass Hobot now. And he is going to lose one queen. The other queen, I believe, is already down as well. Will lose a couple of drones as well, but he has to deal with this as fast as possible. And now he's actually in a phenomenal position going on. If he doesn't lose the... Oh, good Baneling hit for Hobot there. Doesn't quite kill everything that JunG has, so he's not going to be able to push through and win. But EmpireHobot is in a bad position. He's being forced to expand now. This is a semi-all-in from him. And he wanted to kill JunG with that early aggression, and now JunG does have the space up, even if it's not mining yet. He is producing the larva out of it, so the larva is going to give him a bit of a larva advantage there. And actually, Hobot is going to be able to move in here. He's got more Zerglings. Nice wall up on the ramp, temporarily at least. A couple of Banelings are on now. Don't lose those! Oh, God. My God, this is actually really, really tense. Banelings are going to be moving into the mineral line, and he actually loses a lot of Zerglings. Hobot does. But actually, it looks like he may be able to deal with this. There's just too many links for JunG to deal with. And JunG has actually split up all of his Zerglings, all of his drones, so that he can deal with the Banelings. But there's the GG. And Hobot takes this with a bit of a semi-all-in. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I have trouble going with a fast hatchery against a Zerg on a map like Metalopolis. I've been Penguin, and yeah, I'll see you in the next round, I guess.